Ayo, it's your man Christopher Dahl broadcasting from the northern wilderness, that is the snow city of Stockholm. Sort of. There's snow outside at least, that's a good thing. But that's not the topic of the day. The topic of the day is your left hand. Because if your left hand fails, everything fails, let's face it. And the reason why you're not achieving your goals as far as speed goes probably goes down to the left hand. Because you can play amazing leads with just the left hand, but you can't play amazing leads with just the right hand. So left hand should be your focus, and for that purpose, woohoo, I'm gonna show you at least 2 or 3 exercises right here and right now that is gonna get your left hand going. So, without any further ado, what we're gonna do is start with, I hate the sound of it, I don't even wanna say it, but it's a chromatic exercise. I hate chromatic exercises unless they're done in a very musical fusion Alan Holdsworth way. But there is an exception. If you're just starting out, then there is no denying that a little bit of chromatic exercises is what you need, simply because it disregards trickier scalar positions and just focuses on the technique. So that's exactly what we're going to do, starting with a pinky on the 15th fret. For the purpose of this exercise, we're actually going to assign 1 finger per fret, which means the ring finger is going to be on the 14th fret, the middle finger on the 13th, and then the index on the 12th. So what we are going to do is pick the very first note and then pull it off. And when we pull it off, you will not be using these fingers. These fingers should be positioned in this area, so you're not doing this or whatever. But we're not going to be using it. We're just going to pick that pinky and pull it off. The pull off is done with a downward movement. And the good thing about the pull off is we don't, or actually the good thing with being able to do pull offs and hammer ons is that we only need to pick once. So what we are going to do is pick, pull off, hammer on. Okay? Like that. And then we're going to keep going without picking at all. Okay, that's our exercise. We're going to repeat that exercise on the other frets as well. So on the 14th fret with the ring finger. On the 13th fret. So that's the first exercise. And I'm going to be showing you how I practice these with the metronome in just a second. You're going to do it super slowly and controlled, and make sure you're getting sound from both the pull-off movement and the hammer-on. So pull off, hammer on, pull off, hammer on. Okay, give that some serious practice time, and then you're ready for the next level, which is going to involve not repeating the same fret constantly, but rather move between like this. Okay, so nothing new there, we're just not repeating. So we can start by picking, or if you by now have gotten comfortable with the hammer-ons, maybe you don't need to pick. You can just do this, and then 14, and then 13, and then repeat. Now, I say by now, but this takes years, so don't feel discouraged if you're not nailing this today. That's going to be your exercise number 2, and then we have exercise number 3, which is actually a real-life scalar application. So for that purpose, we are going to play the top 2 strings of the E minor scale, and we're going to start the same way on the 15th fret, and then same way on the 14th fret. But now comes a change. We're going to move to the B string and repeat 15, and then 12. Now we're playing diatonically. We're sticking to the key of E minor. This is substantially more advanced than just playing your random chromatic notes. Okay, that's one thing. Doing this is another thing. This actually signals intent and not randomness. So, just to make sure you get this, because this is definitely should be your goal to start using this technique within a scale. Again, we're starting the same way. We can pick, we pull off, we hammer on the 14th fret, we pull off again, we go to the B string and we hammer on, or we pick, you can choose here, but in the long run, it's better to not be dependent on the picking. So hammer on and then pull off, and then finally 13th fret. That's it. Now we're gonna play this with a metronome. And good to see some people here. What's up? JJX on YouTube. We got Demon on YouTube. We also got some bunch of people on Instagram and Facebook. That's awesome. So I'm gonna grab my metronome. One, two, one, two, one, two. Let's do eighth notes. See if this is too fast, perhaps. That's the first exercise, and you should start super slowly, and it might be that the first day or days you can't even play this to a metronome. That's going to take some time, but when you do, it has to be slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, a super common beginner pitfall here is to play unevenly, so you might be doing this. You know, you have to be able to play a steady flow of notes. It's super important. You can always break from that rule once you master it, but I've seen a lot of intermediate players who skip this and they're unable to play evenly. And guess what? If you can never play unevenly, or if you can never play evenly, you are not in control of flow. So that means not only are you never going to be able to do one of these, you know, super even runs, but you're also not going to know what's going to happen when you play because you're not in control. So it kind of sucks regardless of how you look at it. So even is super important. Don't fall into this common pitfall. Let's do 4 times on each fret. Okay, I don't want this. Don't want to hear this. I've seen that a million times. It's not okay. Oh, that wasn't very good, but at least a little bit more even. Once you can do this, you're gonna be faced with more advanced issues, and that is hand tension. If you want to increase the tempo from here, you're gonna have to think about controlling your tension. The best way to do that is to put down your hand, relax your whole body, and try again. Put down the hand again. See if you can play even more relaxed. With the minimum amount of tension, because that's what's going to give you the ability to play faster. Okay, so let's try our second exercise now, again with the metronome. And if you remember, this was about still playing chromatically, but not repeating the notes on each fret. So like this. And I didn't do that. One more time. Okay, there we have it. That's also a great exercise. Again, I'm showing you them slowly. You're gonna have to do them even slower. This is a necessity for control, necessity to think in order to be relaxed when you're playing. We're gonna do the final exercise to a metronome now, and then we're gonna move on to more musical applications of this stuff. So we have the E minor scale exercise. Okay, this is a fun one because it can easily become something else if you continue the E minor scale down, you know? This is good stuff. I think that's pretty much it. It's more than enough to keep you busy for a while. I'm gonna be practicing similar exercises now that are maybe a bit more adapted for my level and basically what I want to achieve in my current practicing. Cool. We got Chris saying, you're doing with I tax, did you? Not sure what that means. Please clarify. It sounds interesting. How to be a better rhythm player. Today we're all about lead. Sorry, mate, but it's a great topic for another day. Or maybe it isn't. I'm not sure I'm a good rhythm player. Louis Moreno is here on Facebook. Awesome. We're together, Samuel. That's awesome, man. So let's do some practicing now, and you can see how I apply these kind of exercises. Like I said, these are the ones I started off with when I first got a little bit of control playing 3-note per string stuff. That was 20 years ago. So these days I don't like the chromatic exercises, but that's for me now. I think it was very good when I started out because I didn't really have the ability to be selective about my notes within a scale. So playing just chromatic made sense because it was a first step to gain any kind of control over my fingers. But as I said, as soon as possible I moved away from that and I started playing within scales, which is why I showed you the last exercise taken from the E minor scale. What time is it where you are? Well, Jaden, it's 9:43 in the morning. Or if that's in the morning, I don't know. It's before lunch at least. Okay. Now, I want to practice. Yeah, let's practice. You notice I use a minimum of right hand. That's because I want to practice my left hand. Interesting. I've never practiced this before, so this is the kind of thing I'm hoping I will stumble upon when I practice. Basically, if you have a completely clean tone, you can do both the bass note and the melody, all with left hand legato, and it does open up a lot of interesting possibilities. So let's try that. Cool, I've never done this before. Of course, I hear immediately that the challenge is gonna be to not get a wide gap between the two bass notes. We want constantly that bass harmony note ringing. So let's try some more. That was hard. Very interesting. I'm gonna have to rest my hand a little bit in between. Jaden is asking, how many years did you take at first to start playing at a shred tempo? I think at the time I thought I was able to shred after, half a year or 1 year or something. But in reality it sounded kind of bad, of course. But most beginners and intermediate players try to push speed, right? It's a natural thing to do because that's your goal. So you're constantly testing it. Maybe today I can play fast. I guess it's okay to do, but the danger is that you're getting sloppy technique, which was my case. So it didn't sound very good. It wasn't until like a decade later I went back and started fixing different mistakes that came from me trying to push speed too fast. So I guess the real answer to your question is probably took me 10 to 15 years before it started to sound okay. I thought it sounded okay up to that point, but it probably didn't. So, but I've seen students who progress faster, and that's because they do things right from the beginning and they're very devoted. So I always say that you shouldn't spend more than 80 or you shouldn't spend less than 80 or 90% of the time playing below your comfort speed. The rest of the time, yeah, you can try pushing speed, but I probably tried to push speed like 90% of the time, you know? So I almost didn't practice at all at a speed that was below my comfort speed. So I got a really lousy technique, you know? That's just how it works. I thought I was cool, but I wasn't. That's also an option. I don't know why I've never tried this. This is pretty cool stuff. So I'll do. This is fun, but I'm hitting the low string a little bit hard. Should be like that, you know. I should. This is a bit loud. Tell me if sound is distorting on your end. Hopefully it's not. If it is, I need to turn things down. So let's see here. So I need to hit really hard here, but soft here, and that's totally new to me. Ah, this is fun. So let's see if we can do. but I forgot that I was already busy on the A string, so I tried playing on it with my left hand. That's what I wanted to do. I want to do that diminished thing, but this is so new to me. And then back to E. This is fun. So I'm playing E minor to like B7 or B major. It has that harmonic minor vibe. So E minor, I could just do like that or just the open string, but I'm kind of practicing this now. So let's see. These things, I don't know why I've never tried this. I mean, I've done legato with a clean tone for probably years. I've done tapping for years. I've tried, you know, all this kind of thing where you play the bass note with the left hand and try to play a melody on top. I don't know why I didn't think of just doing that. Whoa, crazy stuff. like I said, this is, you know, this to me, this is the whole point with practicing, that you want to get experimental. And when I started doing these strictly practice sessions, that was like 1.5 weeks ago. I couldn't really explore new stuff because I was a bit nervous for you guys watching me. So I felt like, yeah, I have to constantly, you know, play something I'm comfortable with so that it sounds cool. But that doesn't lead you to the experimentation stuff. So this is good stuff. But yeah, let's practice some more here. Oh. Ah, so hard to keep that bass note ringing. This is super cool though. Nikili, I've inspired you to play guitar. That's awesome. Thanks so much, man. Distriction. I'm not sure what that means. Distribution. Distriction. What is that? Distortion? Is that it? I'm playing with a clean tone today. Sorry, mate. Oh, you're saying yes, it is Macadamia Blackman. Does that mean there's is the sound messed up? Is that what you're trying to say? Is there a lot of distortion coming? Let's see. I have some headphones here. Sounds okay to me. Does that sound distorted? Let me know and I can turn down the level. Nico, maybe I do remember you, yes. I'm gonna listen to here. Well, this sounds pretty good, so let's... Okay, now I'm gonna listen to myself. Sounds good. Oh, were you schooled? Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna listen to myself. Sounds good. You're listening to me listening to myself. That's so interesting. So, Nick Haley, I'm not using any software. I'm just listening back to my live stream on Instagram. Oh yeah, I'm using an app. So I'm broadcasting to different platforms, but it's no software to play. I just use my Fender Blues Junior. Can you see it? Where is it? You can't even see it. It's somewhere behind me. There it is. The yellow or tweed style amp. That's my Blues Junior. That's the one you're hearing. No pedals at all, anything. I have a bunch of pedals, but I just never thought they improved the sound of the Blues Junior. It just seems to sound best on its own. Okay, back to practice now. I got a little bit carried away by my insights there. Ow. Anyhow, I'm getting a little bit lost in this stuff because I shouldn't be practicing it this fast since I just now discovered it. What I do focus on a little bit now is the descending legato, especially what's a combination of doing hammer-ons from nowhere when going to the descending adjacent strings, so that kind of thing. You go down or up, however you want to look at it. You start with a hammer-on from nowhere, and then you do pull-off. That seems to be my weak point. I'm better at going the other way, like that. So I'm going to practice the other way around now. Sanguineous, yes, this is a flipped Iceman. It's a Fireman, FRM 100. It's the Paul Gilbert signature guitar. So. Have a good one, Nico. HR Sergio from Instagram, what's up? bit out of tune. We're okay. Practice. I definitely got to work on this. So Sergio is asking on Instagram how to palm mute. So the idea is to palm mute right where the string starts here. If you do this, it sounds really bad. You have to go where it almost sounds like a real note. So move it back to just where the string starts, and then you should be okay. That's kind of the secret, to apply it where the string starts. If I have it here, it sounds bad. And if I move it back to where the string starts, and you can hear that if you move your hand while you play. Jamberg riffs, have a good one. So that's kind of the trick with palm muting. Josh, I live in Stockholm, Sweden. That's why it's daytime here. It's actually morning here. Hawaii sounds like fun though. I could use some sun and warmth. We don't have that here. Miohan from Facebook, what's up? Okay, I think we're doing good. I'm addressing exactly what I need to be addressing now, which is again the descending legato runs. If you're new to this kind of left hand practicing, you're going to find the exercises at the beginning of this video, so you can get started with this as well. Haha, I'm from the future. I like it. I like it. Okay, so this might sound boring, and it sounds boring for sure, but I'm really honing in on a weakness of mine. So whenever I'm doing this kind of thing, I find the ascending to be much easier than the descending, which means I can go up, but then I struggle a bit more coming down, you know? So that's what I'm trying to address now. And of course, because I've been practicing the down going part, it does feel easier now. So it might not look like I'm struggling, and I'm not struggling as hard because I've been practicing it now for 20 minutes. Mjohan, I'm practicing the E minor scale, just up and down, and a little bit of harmonic minor. Hey there, Josh. Tell me, Josh, where are you from? Stockholm, Sweden here, by the way. Oh. Out. Hey there, Sia and Andy. Yes, it's always interesting to know where you guys are from. It's Stockholm, Sweden here. Okay, we gotta do something different here. Let's see here. Let's see this. See if we can get a bit more groove. This is good. Have to be a little bit careful though. It is easier to, you know, hurt yourself a bit with this kind of technique. Out. It's good practice. It's exhausting as well. I've never really. I don't know why I haven't taken the clean tone legato seriously before. It's just something I did for fun as an experiment, and I decided to just record some shorts with it, and many of them, or they just blew up. So I was like, oh, maybe I should do more of this. And here I am doing some more because I do realize it is very cool to, well, basically retain the dynamics you get from a clean tone. You know, a distorted tone or even a clean tone with lots of compression and some overdrive, they're, you know, they help you play fluidly and they can sound cool, but they can also make it more uninteresting, you know? You don't have the same control. With this tone, I can play the same 3 notes in totally different ways just by how hard I hit them, you know? That creates an immense amount of possible variation. So if you can learn to control this tone, and maybe you can even reuse some of your standard licks with this tone, it opens up some fantastic opportunities. But the reason many of us don't do it is because we learn to shred with lots of distortion. I think that's, you know, how guitarists back in the day got some help from their equipment. But you know, if you can't play cleanly, again, you can just throw in chords and harmony with one hand. Well, I could if I practiced it. So let's practice. And hey there, Booga Marasin. Doing good, G1. What is causing the strong reaction? Is it the legato thing? Gene, the fireman feels great. I don't know what you mean with high tension guitar. I have it set to E flat, so it's a bit lower tension. I also have 08 on it. Cool, but this is good practice. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to practice arpeggios on the way up, so to speak, because that's a weakness of mine as well. I usually need to sweep there to get a good sound. So I want to practice that with the left hand only. And then I'll do 3-note per string on the way back. That way I'm focusing on all, you know, my problem areas. Elixir or Diodario. I used Elixir for a long time just because of their resistance to sweat and rust. So in that perspective, they're superior, but they're much more expensive, so I wouldn't be able to compare with Diodario. I have Ernie balls on these, and I love them, but they do react faster to my hand sweat, of course, but they're like a fraction of the price of Elixirs. I thought the string feel heavy since the base model by Paul Gilbert, a giant hand. No, yeah, it's actually okay. You know, I prefer having a little bit of chunk than I have like an Ibanez with a Super Wizard, and it's a cool neck. But the older I get, the less I can stand playing with this classical posture. It just seems to hurt my arm. So I actually prefer have a little bit of chunk, you know, to rest it like that. I don't think you need giant hands to benefit from this guitar. You know, it's a nice feeling to hold like that. Booga Machine, what does this music? This is not really music, it's just me practicing my legato. Let's do some more of that. gonna fall off. Sure, I do requests, Floyd Rose, but not songs, because I don't play any songs. But sometimes people are interested in techniques and that kind of thing, and I'd be happy to answer those requests. But no songs. You know what? Speaking of which, maybe we're gonna play a little bit of backing tracks. That's always fun. Let's see if we can find. So I'd like to find. I'm gonna go to my Chris backing tracks playlist because I know that there are some softer ones here. Let's see if I can find them. This one, laid back and soulful D minor. Let's try it. Hard to go from the soulless exercise practicing to actual real music. Try some. I actually have some wooden picks I was sent a long time ago, and they work pretty well with a clean tone. Let's try them. Cool. So thanks, Jean, for your great words about my legato. So it's hard to say how long it's gonna take. You know, that's like a bit like asking about the length of a rope, right? It's very hard to quantify because there are so many factors depending on, you know, how much you practice, how devoted you are when you practice, how smart your practicing strategy is, and what your priorities are. You know, if legato is your top priority, you're gonna get there faster. As opposed to if your top priority is playing songs with a band and then on your spare time, you know, so it's almost impossible. But if you give it your everything, you can develop a good techniques within years. Usually 10 years is like the magic number. But I've seen some students really blow me away, you know, maybe like a couple of years and really get a good legato technique. It's hard to say, you know. For me, it took me easily, I think, 20 years before I was decent because I sped up, you know, I pushed speed too fast and I practiced while being tensed up. I did all those errors that I'm trying to explain to people how they should avoid. So I had to go back and fix stuff, like I said. But I've seen students who progress much faster, and I'm not a big believer of natural talent. Or at least if there is any natural talent, I don't think I had any because I didn't have any parents that, you know, were good at music, and I didn't get any help from anybody, and I sounded like crap the first 10 years. So, you know, I think it goes down to how you practice and how smart you are about that kind of thing. Let's try another one. Fun backing tracks I did a while back. Feel like producing some more of them. Let's see. Swamp rock. We have the swamp rock thing in D minor. Let's try that. D major. So from D major to D minor. Oh, it's frozen cold, Fred, in Indiana. It's frozen cold here in Stockholm, Sweden as well. We have like minus 6 degrees. How is it where you are? I don't know the Fahrenheit scale, sorry man. But minus 6, it's not extreme. It can be like minus 25, then it gets extreme here. Okay, minus 2. So we have it worse than you then. So minus 2, is that very cold for Indiana right now? Ouch. To play swamp rock with a completely clean tone. Let's see if we can find something that works better for that. This is better. That was interesting. In the mid-south got hit hard with down trees. Everywhere looks like a war zone. Okay, so it's pretty bad then. Well, I guess here in Stockholm, Sweden, this kind of temperature is pretty normal. So we have a question in Swedish on Instagram. Sevapchichi. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. And the question is cool because he wants me to compare my Solar to my Ibanez RG, I suppose. Because this is an Ibanez, but it's very different from both the Solar and the RG. So if we're comparing a Solar guitar with an RG, then the substantial difference, I've tried a few of those guitars like 7 years back when it was new to the market, is that the Solar has like a D-shaped neck. It's actually, it's not chunky, but there's something there. Whereas a lot of the Ibanez, especially my RG Japanese, which has a super thin super wizard neck, that's a completely different feel. And to be honest with you, I've grown into not liking the super thin as much anymore. Well, I like it, but my body doesn't respond well to this kind of classical posture. I need this bluesy posture. So as much as I would love to play like this all day, I can't handle it. After just a few minutes of shredding with this posture and with, you know, very wide stretches like that, I start feeling pain. So I avoid that like the plague. Which means that for me, the Solar guitar is something I can play a lot, whereas the Ibanez RG, I have to be a little bit more careful. So a pretty big difference right there. I haven't tried any new Solar guitar, but the ones I tried and the one I own now, or the one was given to me by Ola, does have the Duncan Solar, which is probably my favorite high output pickup that I've ever tried. I don't like high output pickups. I don't have many of them. This doesn't have a high output pickup. These are cruisers. I've replaced the high output pickups, the Marzios. I can't remember what they were called, but they're the stock ones. Super loud stacked single coils. These are the Andy Timmons cruisers, so much more balanced. A lot of the Ibanez is going to come with high output stuff, and they're pretty decent, often DiMarzio, but I must admit that I really liked the Duncan Solar, so I think Ola did a really good job. It's still not to the point that I like to play that guitar clean, but it's definitely to the point that I'm super satisfied with the lead sound. It's super responsive at high gain, and I think it's better than many of the, like the Seymour Duncan GB and stuff like that. So well done, Ola, there. It would be interesting to coil split the guitar. I've been close to doing that. Maybe that could give you like a very good clean tone. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure Ola does a lot of that. I don't follow him that closely, but I haven't seen him do any coil splitting. Maybe he does that. Maybe some of his Dimebag guitars have the coil split option. I don't know. I'm a fan of coil splitting. The problem is I just took a whole bunch of my guitars and replaced the pickups with low output. And as you might be aware, when you do coil splitting, you need a hot pickup, because otherwise, when you just use half, there's going to be no juice left. And that's exactly what happens in my low output humbuckers. I've tried coil splitting them, but they give nothing. So no point in doing that. So to me, the only point, or the only positive point of having a high output pickup is that you can coil split it, because I don't like high output pickups. That was a long one, but definitely I would give some credit to the solo guitar. I think they did a good job there in finding a good pickup and playability. So that's pretty cool. But I haven't tried any for a long time, so I don't know how the new ones are. If Ola would love to send me some, I wouldn't mind at all, but the one I have is great. The only problem with the one I have is that it's an Evertune, and the Evertune is awesome, but in the studio, I'd much rather have one without the Evertune, so I can quickly change tunings, stuff like that. The guitar, thinnest neck in my collection is definitely the RG. Ibanez RG, I have a Japanese RG, and it has a super wizard neck, super thin. I don't know if I'm hungry or if there's an actual food smell in here. If there's food smell in here, I should be worried, because I haven't cooked here for ages. But I think I'm getting hungry. Just thought you'd like to know. That's an interesting information. So this backing track now, I can see the intent, but I'm not sure I like it that much. Again, it's my backing track, so I'm criticizing myself here. The beginning was pretty cool, although I did, that nylon string could have sounded better. This is good so far. Actually, the verses are really good. It's the chorus, the distorted, that I don't like. Also good, like a great bridge there. But now I don't know what was wrong. Should have had a more standard metal groove. I think we would have been fine. This is just boring chords. Some chugging and a nice standard 4/4 beat. I think that would have done it. I don't know why I was trying to be so freaking innovative there. It just sucked. But here's I'd like to find. Rishabh, how you doing, man? On Instagram. C minor. Okay, I just have to listen to myself now. Well, you're not getting the real thing, that's for sure, but how could you? Ouch. Okay, I'm trying a different microphone now. I'll see if you get more of the room now. Okay, I'm trying a different microphone now. I'll see if you get more of the room now. Too much of the room there. Let's listen back. Out of tune. Okay, final test. Out of tune. Okay. So for next time, maybe I'll use this mode instead, a little bit better. Okay, guys, so sorry for bugging you with my sound testing. But anyway, this was a cool session. I hope you guys benefit from the exercises I showed in the beginning. They are the foundation of all the advanced stuff I did later on in the stream. It's just that there are a couple of 20 years in between, but it's exactly the exercises I started off with. So they're good exercises, they work, but as always, it's going to be down to the love and the energy you put into it. So focus on your practice. Make sure you are completely relaxed. Don't practice with mistakes. If you do mistakes, stop practicing. Hone in on just the mistake, and then maybe lower the tempo, the metronome tempo, and try again. So you don't want to be repeating mistakes in your practice sessions. That's the best way to kind of cement, or how do you say, consolidate a bad habit that is hard to get rid of later on. Cool, that's all for today. Thank you for being wonderful. I've been Christopher Dahl. See ya, cheers.